Hi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Sorry. Hi, I'm Angela. You might know me from telly or radio from my podcast, Get a Grip. I have done Strictly. I used to host Robot Wars. I now do The Apprentice, Unfinished Business, and lots of other things. Or you might not know me at all, in which case you now know those are the bits that I do sometimes. And I also am a woman, mostly, and a mother of two, and a wife of one. And yeah, other things. Listen, here's the thing. I obviously talk for a living, but usually I'm talking to other people or interviewing other people. This is kind of weird for me. And I've been meaning to do it for a really long time. But what I'm saying is, like, don't get all shitty in the comments. Don't be trolling me. I'm not here for that. And also, we have a lovely space. The internet's actually a place where you can be, a bad bitch. Not a horrible bitch. Those are very different things in my books. So here are the rules of engagement. I mean, they're not really rules of engagement. Subscribe, like, share it with a friend, yada, yada, yada. That's basically the rules of Fight Club. I imagine this might be a bit ropey and we'll find our feet, like a child learning to walk. Give her a goddamn break, yeah? So here's my plan. Every month, I'm going to sit down here in this exact spot, okay? So I don't need to overthink it. And I'm going to bring to you a download, what I've been up to, what I've been reading, what I've been watching, where I've been eating, what I've been making, all of the things. Maybe show you some of my favorite bits that I've been using over the course of the month, or tips or tricks, or a little bit of advice, should you feel desperate enough to be turning to me for advice. So that's where it stands. Shall we get into it? Okay, right. What have I been up to? This usually requires me to look at my diary because I actually don't remember what I did this morning. First thing, top of my head, I had microneedling this week. I know, I didn't think I'd go there either immediately off the bat. It's my second time. And my face feels genuinely like it's flaking off, especially around here. She really went for it. But I have been promised an increase in collagen, so I'm here for it. I'll get back to you on the results in due course. I also was on holidays, which was glorious. I read my first book I'm not exaggerating when I say 8 years. Anyone with kids, I mean, we all talk about it and it's like, dry your goddamn eyes. You made the decision, you tangoed, you had the baby, like stop crying and listen to an audiobook. I get it, but actually something glorious. They were by the pool. In the pool, actually, because, kids can't surround it. They've got to be in it. And I was around it reading a book. Oh, the other thing you might not know about, I have a brand of jewellery called Freckle and we're doing a shoot for the first time in a very long time. So I've been kind of running around trying to get that, book models, sort out studio, get a plan together. So that's been happening in one side of my brain. The other side of my brain has been doing Unfinished Business, interviewing Lord Sugar. It's the companion show to The Apprentice. If you don't know The Apprentice, it's on BBC. And it's a show about business. And I just joined this year, it's 20th season. They've been doing it without me. And I have come in. So we're into the series now, finding our flow. Suprema. Okay, what happens when I relax into a thing is that I can then potentially be a bit social. And this month I went to a new restaurant. Who even am I? I mean, I have to Google new restaurants. I like to go to the neighbourhood Indian. I like to go for a fish and chips up the road. I like to keep it local. However, I went to Covent Garden. Look at me, out and about. It was on a weekday night as well. Fabulous. Burrow. It's by Conor Gadd, who had Trullo, which is in Islington, like unbelievable Italian restaurant. And he's now in like the big city. It was fabulous. I had artichoke fritti. I think that's how you say it. I will often, in an Italian restaurant, have like courgette fritti, but artichoke, actual, like, it was unbelievable. Also quite nice to get a bit fizzy on a school night. I'm also in my batch cooking era. Are you turned on yet? I know. Root vegetables. I'm trying to be seasonal in my eating, okay? So it's not just healthy, but like what's in the ground around you. I put away my winter clothes. I know, shock horror, I like to do it. I stuffed them in a big bag. I shoved them in the attic, never to return again. I also bought a rail so I can put all my coats and free a bit of space in my wardrobe, because I do think, although we're still teetering on the edge and the old frost comes out every now and again, even though the sun is shining, it's a bit tricksy, it's a bit, discombobulating. Fine, put the coats away, mourn the loss of winter, the end of winter, and let's fucking go. Spring is here. Okay, so this is the Angelist. This is a little insight into my brain and the things that I like and the things that have been keeping me somewhat sane over the course of the month. I mean, it's empty, which is actually a good sign, I think, for one of these. I got this because I have all of the supplements in the world and I sometimes forget to take them, or I'll get a bit, they need to be on the counter, but that's no good if I'm out and about. So usually I will fill this up and empty it, and around it goes. Very handy, not just for like prescription situation, but for actual vitamins. And quite cute, colourful thing too. These little guys, mood patches. I got them online and they're to help your mood. And I thought, I was a bit cranky, a bit irritable. And so you're supposed to put one on. Sometimes I double drop. And I really do think they made a difference. I've used all of these ones, but my daughter calls them, she's seen me like slapping them on, and she'll say, if I'm a little bit grumpy, she'll go, Mom, did you put your grumpy patches on today? I'm like, oh, you sassy little witch. Water. Wow, are you gripped? Okay, often that does look a bit cloudy, but we're in London. I don't like the look of a water bottle. They're pretty ugly. They leak a lot. And this little fella, I love. It's got a leather strap and it's cute as a button, no? So if you wanted to put mint in there or rosemary or lemon and have like infused water, you can see it, but also you can see how much you've drank. So it's kind of taunts you in the corner to hydrate. This is from my sister. She's been making little tinctures. Now, I love a flower remedy, right? So box rescue remedy. Everyone knows that one that you put under your tongue and it's like calming, or you give it to kids on a flight or out and about. Well, all of those are like flower remedies. And so you can buy them individually, which I've done before. I'm trying to think what the actual things are, like pine or willow or all sorts of things. And it's like the essence of the flower. And you can either put them in booze to alchemize or in glycerin water. Anyway, my sister Annette has started buying these little bottles and then going on to ChatGPT and saying, I want to make a tincture for Angela. She's a busy mum. She's got 2 kids. She works well, like out and about. She wants to feel confident, da, da, da. And then ChatGPT will tell her the quantities of different remedies to use. And I went home to Ireland for a quick visit and she made me one for Roy, one for the 2 girls. Actually, cutest gift ever. Not so cute and a bit more gimmicky. These are castor oil proof plasters, which just means that they're not going to spill on your bed. And look, I don't even really understand why we're talking about castor oil, except that when I was on holidays, I had like a little Ayurvedic thing and the woman was like, you need to drink castor oil. So I diligently went online to like this kind of very traditional shop and bought this castor oil, not on Amazon. I think sometimes you don't know what you're getting there. And so this is like proper castor oil. And then when I Googled, are you sure I'm going to drink castor oil before bed in milk? She said. I was in like Flynn when it arrived. And then I said it to someone and they said, babe, no, do not drink that before bed or you'll literally shit in the bed. I was like, what? Why would she tell me to do that? So I've decided not to ingest it and to instead put it on these things and like you put it on your belly button and then you put a hot water bottle on and it apparently draws out toxins. We're a few days in. It's a bit hit and miss. It's like somewhat of a passion killer even. So you don't want to be doing it every night. Between these, my earplugs, my eye mask, my corpse pose, it's not exactly inviting. I was talking about redness because I did microneedling. A friend of mine who's makeup artist, Georgina Gray, recommended this to me. I remember a woman saying to me, oh, all you Irish have rosacea, which, rude, but not wrong for me at least. It's not rosacea, but I do have redness. I call it a whiskey nose, which feels softer. But this stuff, I got it in Space NK, what's it called? Airborean Korean skincare, which is everywhere, but I find overwhelming and I don't know where to start. But it's like that old school stuff we used to get from Number 7 in Boots, and it's green. And then you put it on your skin and it turns it into, like, it goes normal coloured but gets rid of the redness. And I basically now wear this on my T-zone instead of foundation. This, I'm sorry, but like, it's unnecessary, which some of my favourite things are. It's a scrunchie for your charger, and now you're raging that you didn't think of it. Sophie Rowell, she has an amazing interior design company called Coat to Folk, and she came up with this. And I just love it because it's pretty ugly. I see a lot on like Instagram and stuff, people hiding their wires in cute little boxes and all sorts, but this needs to move around. So I know I'm not forgetting this. And if you're claiming this, I will hunt you down, you know? So it allows you to hold on to it for more than a week. And I just think it's so cute. She does it in this little gingham one and floral as well. This ring, oh my God. So I found this in a little boutique on holidays. It's by Lily Archive. I actually don't know what that material is. It's not resin. Swarovski, like big old stones, and they come in all of these different color, like speckled kind of resins with big knuckled up. Like I love it so much. Lily Archive. And then finally, I've been reading. We're going to fly through these because actually I haven't fully gone through this. This is Are You Mad at Me? It's about people pleasing. So I'm working through it, but you can dip in and out. Is she a psychologist, psychotherapist? Meg Johnson, and she's huge on TikTok or somewhere else, and it's really very good. Pick up, put downable. This book is by Helen Cullen, and it's called The Truth Must Dazzle Gradually, and it is just so beautiful. Set in an island off the west coast of Ireland, so actually I feel like I relate to a lot of it, and it is just very, very beautifully written. Makes me a little bit homesick. This one, not so much. Sociopath, again, I haven't finished it, but I'm close. And you probably recognize this from bookshelves. It's been around, and it's fascinating about sociopathy and the fact that they're everywhere. And yeah, very good / very brave to be like, hey, me, yeah, I'm the sociopath. Because like, if you're not it, someone in the room probably is. I'm going to leave you this month with a little mantra. I always find, you know, there's a lot of advice out there, isn't there? And sometimes having something that you can kind of hold on to. I always say at the beginning of the year, I choose a word that like I can infuse the year with. It feels slightly less overwhelming to me and like something I can, you know, hold on to. So this month, burn the bloody candle. You probably have a nice candle. Someone gifted it to you. It's a fancy one. It's in a drawer. You're going to wait until somebody worthy of that candle comes around and then you burn it for them. How about burning it for yourself? You could be dead and the candle's sitting in the drawer. Do you know what I mean? That would be such a waste of whatever effervescent pine situation that that candle brand has come out with in any given month. I think scent, aside from anything else, is a very good reminder. Like it kind of jolts you into remembering. So whether it's something past or something you're trying to kind of remind yourself of. So the ritual really of burning a candle for me is the thing. So yes, it smells lovely, and yes, it maybe you associate it with people coming around and getting ready, but actually if you can kind of boil that down a little bit more and have a moment with a candle every day, there's something nice about building that little ritual. And really, it's not about candles, is it? It's about actually the things in your life that give you a little bit of joy, a little bit of escape, a little bit of pause, a little moment that you give yourself every day. Like stop waiting, basically, for the big day, for the right moment, for the thing in the future that will make it the right time, and just fucking do it. I mean, I know Nike have kind of taken that as a tagline, so I can't trademark it. I've tried it. I was too late, but like just do the thing. I don't know whether it's an Irish thing, but like we had a good room. So when we were kids, like only the priest. Now, maybe I'm remembering my granny, right? But there was a good room that literally no one was allowed in, and all the best shit was in there. All the best crockery, all the beautiful cushions, all the like good, valuable stuff was in this room that no one was ever allowed to go into, except other people who hadn't really earned their like right to go in and enjoy all the good shit. Like, and so I think that's sometimes ingrained in the back of my head. But also, what is that telling you about yourself? Oh no, you don't deserve all of the nice things. You have to give them to other people, which of course you do, and you should. That's lovely. I'm ranting and rambling. But ultimately, what I'm saying is like, don't wait to start living your life. Start enjoying yourself. Start romanticizing your life. And whether a candle prompts you to do that or whether it's something else, just do it. Thank you, Phil Knight. So that was it. The maiden voyage. Let me know what you'd like to see more of. If you're going to use this little mantra, if you've tried any of the things that I've been talking about, if you have any recommendations, also get involved down below, if you know what I mean. Sorry. And subscribe, that's a thing. Subscribe. Like, don't just come on here, perving, lurking around in the background. Hit the goddamn button and I'll pop up in your inbox.